Hello, hello. It is the Trading Captain. And I know it's been a minute. It's been about a month or so since I've streamed or uploaded. My apologies, but there's been a lot that I've been thinking about, and I didn't really know how to express it, and I didn't want to just put something out there. So I've been mostly just sitting back, kind of trying to reflect and understand what I've been thinking about. And now I think I have a better idea of what I've been really going through, and I want to try and express that here. So for anybody who's been watching me a while, you know that I've been streaming, I've been doing the falling knife setup. That was kind of my bread and butter for a while, and I still think it is my favorite way to scalp trade in general. But one of the big issues that I was having was that I was advocating for this idea of looking at the expected value, calculating, fees, commissions, all that stuff, and really trying to find something that created a net gain overall. So that was what I was pushing for. And a lot of people were saying, correctly so, that, well, what you're advocating for isn't producing that much meaningful value. For example, while I was making, on average, more money than losing, the actual net gain was only about $2 to $3 an hour, which really, for at least any normal person, that's not life-changing money. And that is a valid point. So I stepped back, and I think this was like February, and I started to think about other ways that I could go about this. Now, I didn't want to size up because in the past I was able to make like 100 or 200 an hour, but I was taking massive size to do that. And the stress of doing that on top of trying to stream, I thought would be too much to handle. So I didn't really want to go that route. And instead, I focused on, well, okay, what else could I try? So after doing some, experimentation and thought experiments, I landed on trying short selling. So I tried short selling out, started with minimal size, and while it was initially promising, the reality is that there just wasn't that much data for it. They're not for or against, but just in general, right? As you guys, if you watched me, you'll know that the strategy didn't fire very often, and I didn't get a lot of data to actually prove or disprove it. Ultimately, because I was sizing up over time and I had the bigger losers while I had the larger size, I ended up losing like 10 or 15 bucks overall. But yeah, it was basically a break-even strategy, and I didn't really have any verifiable edge with it. So that left me in a very awkward spot. So I was like, okay, what do I do now? I don't want to keep doing this shorting thing because, first of all, a lot of people clearly didn't like it because it was shorting. And if something works, I'll do it. But if people don't like it and there's no evidence that it's working, I didn't want to keep doing it. As far as the falling knife system goes, people correctly said that I was only making $2 or $3 an hour with it, and a lot of people seemed to dislike that, so I didn't want to go that way either. So I was kind of stuck, and I didn't know what to do. In addition to that, I was also starting to feel a bit burned out because I was streaming every day, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to keep going this direction. But I didn't know what direction I wanted to go either. So ultimately, I stepped back. I basically said, hey, I'm going to pause here. I want to kind of reflect on this, and I want to think about what I want to do. So if you guys are aware, I'm sure you guys are, PDT is going away. I think it's June 8th. So we got a little less than a month until the PDT goes away. And I was thinking about what all I could try with that. Now, one of the big failure modes, I won't go too much into depth with it, but one of the big failure modes I had back, I think it was in like 2023, 2024, was that I was trading with 1,000, 1,500 share size and a $25,000 account because of PDT. And I had this one instance where I got emotionally captured, emotionally hijacked, and I took a very big loss on a trade. And that really set in stone for me that I don't want to trade large size anymore, because a capitulation event with so much capital exposure, that was just a death sentence to me, and I didn't want to go that way. But considering that PDT is now gone, the risk of trading larger share size, at least on a capitulation level, is much reduced. In addition to that, I have other income sources now, so I'm not as reliant as I was in the past on income, say 4 years ago. So because of that, I have a lot more safeguards or kind of a structural grounding to where I could try to do larger size again. So I'm really trying to work on setting up a structural barrier in my life to where I can handle higher stress situations. And I plan to return to try and go that route, go the route of having higher share size, doing the old falling knife system. And that's kind of where I'm postured right now. Now, nothing set in stone, of course, but that's the current direct trajectory I have. Now, even though the PDT goes away June 8th, I'm not going to start streaming again on that specific day, I think. I want to give it some time to kind of test it out, see how the parameters work with the new template they have. But that's kind of maybe mid-June is when I'm thinking about coming back. So I just wanted to go ahead, throw this out here. If you guys have any questions, feel free, leave them in the comments. I'll answer them, of course. I appreciate all you guys that have stuck around. I know it's not the most professional that I backed and walked away, but I felt given the conditions I was under, continuing to stream didn't really make sense to me. So my apologies for that, but I wanted to do what I thought was appropriate at the time. So that pretty much wraps up everything. I hope you found this video informative, at least for my current state. Make sure you guys, stay safe out there. It's a very volatile market, and I will be back sooner than you think. Take care, everybody.